Hi, and welcome back to the final video of Let's Play Demon's Souls. Today, we're going to take on the Old One. But before we do that, let's just take one last visit around the Nexus and talk to a few people. Let's start off with Frake because he has quite a few comments on our situation right now.
You have your wits about you. Why? You have defeated all the demons, have you not? This ghastly howl. The Monumental has spoken of it before. There is a question I have long had in my mind. It is whether we are right to banish the Old One. And I now have the answer. And it is a resounding no. Listen closely. The Old One must not be cut off from us. If the Candle Maiden tries to entrap it, kill her. Then absorb the souls of the Old One for yourself. The Old One is an unfathomable deposit of energy. It contains all the souls collected by the demons. You will gain the power of a king, and I will gain knowledge from beyond. And that, my dear friend, is the righteous path. You must not allow trifling matters to dissuade you. The demon souls shall be ours. If truth be told, that woman has been tainted by demons herself. She would thank you in her death for relieving her agony.
So, Frake has obviously been corrupted by the knowledge that he's obtained and now wants us to kill the Maiden in Black instead of lulling the Old One back to sleep. Quite a turn of events from who he was when we first found him. Urbane has some interesting things to say as well, so let's talk to him real quick.
Do you have... From where does that howl come? That is no demon. It sounds more like a poor, hungry child. Do you have any idea what it might be? Something about it puts me at great unease. May God watch over us, bless us, and all of Boletaria. M'Bassa. Yes, but you...
Urbane is a little confused as well because the howl that he sees is the voice of God that he's heard all this time. And he realizes that his God is the Old One. Let's see what our friend Thomas has to say.
Thank God, I was worried. Saints, sages, and all manner of wise men watch over the halls of this Nexus. This rejuvenating sanctorium is a fine place for the slayers of demons to rest their weary bones. I too must contribute how I can, for we are indebted to our honorable defenders. Sometimes I stop and wonder how I ended up in the Nexus in the first place. Why didn't I protect my wife and daughter, even if it meant being slain by the demons? Please forgive me. I am over it now. How do you do it? I can't imagine what it takes to slay a demon. If only I could assist in this fight. We are indebted
And that's
to you,
it for
you
Thomas.
fight on our behalf.
I just wanted to visit him one last time before I ended it all. And let's talk to Ed again.
I can forge weapons. Well, old Ed's still up to his old strange ways, is he? Even the demons don't know what to do with him, huh? God must save Zeke. Back in my younger years, I had the strength of an ox, the miners would always ask me to clear out the bear bugs, which I pummeled with my bare hands. But even I couldn't beat them. So I lobbed them into the lava pits. Pretty strong myself. But even I don't compare to old Ed. Man's a beast, I tell you. Man must eat dragon tails and wishing stones. If you heed my advice, you'll avoid crossing him. I reckon he'd prove a lot more trouble than most demons. No interest, eh?
And I'm sorry, I mistakenly called him Ed. That's Baldwin. I always confuse the two. But let's talk to the Maiden in Black and go to the final area. Down into this pit.
Hark, I hear a voice of yore. The Old One is calling for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair. I have brought thee what thou wishest, thy new demon. Come now, be good.
And here we are in the lair of the Old One. I have to wonder what those things are around it, if they're birds, and if they are birds, how did they get down here? I'll put on second chance, just in case. And let's see what the Candle Maiden has to say.
Let us proceed below to its lair.
We already are in its lair.
Let us proceed.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. Let's enter into the Old One and confront the final challenge. We have to cut a couple of branches out of the way, but no big deal.
You have been chosen by the Old One. Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls, or obey that naive monumental? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here.
Let us enter the final fog door.
Surely you have seen for yourself pain, suffering that fills this world. But fight poison with poison. God is merciful, and so created the Old One. The Old One will feed our souls and put an end to our tragic veil of existence.
So this is the true King Allant. What we fought in 1-4 was a projected demon by whatever this is. There's a lot of speculation about what this is. If it's Allant being corrupted by the Old One, Allant being transformed into a demon. He wields the real Soul Brand, but it does no damage.
You fool! Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
It is actually possible to die to King Allant, but you have to be pretty bad at the game. He actually does have a custom death phrase. We get Soul Brand for beating him, and if we were to use Soul Brand and Demon Brand in combination with the False King Soul, we could make the Northern Regalia. But let us just finish this up.
Thine work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the Old One back to slumber. My thanks. At last, my duty is fulfilled.
And that's it. One last final emote, I guess, for the LP. We'll pass through the fog door and leave the maiden in black to her work. I thank you for joining me on this LP, and I hope you enjoyed it.
The Old One, along with the Maiden, were swept back into the lulling fog. Boletaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge of soul arts. The souls lost during the pandemonium were never retrieved. And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together. A brave new hero of unprecedented power.
And with that, the game's over. The credits will roll at this point. I believe, Tauto, you're still here, right?
I never left, newbie.
Right. So, let's talk a bit about Demon's Souls during the credits.
Sure.
I really like this game. I like most things about it. I love the gameplay. I like the story. I don't wholly agree with the way that it portrays the story in that you really have to go hunting for it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that Demon Souls does it better than Dark Souls in that Dark you really have to go hunting for it, but Demon still kind of throws a lot of the story at you.
Right. I mean, that's really the only complaint I have about both of these games is that, it's just... It leaves you feeling like there's so much more to be desired to get out of it, you know?
Yeah.
It makes you think that there's a lot more that's just not being told, and I believe for Dark Souls 2 they're saying that they're going to try to make it more accessible as far as the plot goes, but who really knows at this point?
Right. And like for a good example, one of the biggest plot points, the fact that the Old One is God, that is hidden away in an item that you either have to do a very obscure side quest for, or you have to go through one place in Black World Tendency, go down a shortcut, and fight a really strong NPC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's really kind of crazy. I mean, it's a very different way of doing it, but I feel like you're losing something when you do it that way.
Right. Otherwise, the only real hints to it is the fact that the maiden Estrella willingly took a demon into her, and then Urbane at the very end.
Right, when he's freaking out when he hears the Old One's voice.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I think we both agree that's really the biggest weakness of the games is that the story is very hidden away.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of speculation, nothing's really spelled out.
Right.
Which is some of the fun too, mind you. But I do love the gameplay. I like the more thinking out your actions than just going headlong into things.
Mm-hmm. I really like the fact that levels basically mean nothing as far as your ability to progress in the game. It's really based on how you play it, not what your stats are. And
right. I mean, if you're good enough, you can go through the whole game at level 1.
Right. But I don't know. I mean, it's just it's refreshing to me because so many games nowadays basically hold your hand the entire way through. It's always, you get this 3-hour-long tutorial section on how to press A 5 times, And the Souls games really just don't do that, and I don't know, I think they're so much better because of it. At least to me.
It's a very different kind of experience, and it's one that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've played through Demon Souls about 7 times at this point,
right,
including the runs for the LP.
Right. And you only started playing it about a year ago. It's just that good of a game. It just keeps you wanting to play it over and over.
I mean, halfway through the game, I was like, I'm going to LP this. But that's, yeah, I think that really sums up Demon Souls for us.
I don't understand why Anime Expo 2009 is thanked.
Me neither. I guess they showed off the game there.
Yeah, that's what I gotta guess, is that they had like a preview or something there.
Right. However, maybe there's a different way to go about this ending that we experienced.
The Old One sensed a new and powerful demon by its side. And before long, the world will be engulfed by the deep fog. Bring more souls.
So real quick before we actually talk about the LP and everything, I really do like that you can straight up listen to Frake and just kill the Maiden in Black.
Oh yeah. If you've been able to attack the Maiden in Black in the Nexus, it's something that we never really showed off. But
And I actually didn't get a chance to show off. I tried to show it off in the final extra video, but because she's standing next to the pit, every time I tried to attack her, I would just fling her into the pit.
yeah, that's always hilarious to do, because then you have to just reload the game, otherwise you can't progress. But
Yeah.
no, I really like that there is another ending, and really it's subjective on which one is the true bad ending, because as you saw with the first ending, nobody that died came back, and the main character just becomes the new Monumental standing over the Nexus.
Right. And it's hinted that we're doomed to repeat if anybody ever reawakened the old one.
Right.
The events.
And then this other ending is basically you are...
The world is fucked.
Well, yeah, it's basically the world's fucked. You basically did what Allant couldn't do.
Right?
You've managed to control the demon in you.
But, game aside, we want to throw out some special thanks to the thread. First and foremost, thank you to Genocyber and Nages.
They were
our
invaders.
Yes, there were the two invaders over the course of the LP. Genocyber was Lord Garamir. I've constantly pronounced that name wrong. And Nages was obviously Nages Hughes, or however you say his gamer tag. Also, special thanks to, I think it was Dick Weasel Alpha. Dick Weasel Alpha, that's who it was. He was doing write-ups for the bosses, these big story write-ups in the thread. He stopped about halfway through the thread, and he actually hasn't posted since then. I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's alright.
He got trapped in the Nexus. He'll be back later.
Later he'll return.
Yeah.
But he never really finished up, but I really did like reading those, so thank you to him as well.
And there's also Mortal Sword, who made a couple gifs of a couple moments in the videos, which
those were really funny.
Yeah, and they just were perfect.
And overall, I think the thread went really well.
And of course, there are a lot of other people that posted, voted on weapons, etc. That we're just not gonna list off every single one of them, but we really do appreciate basically everybody who was involved.
Right. The thread actually went a lot better than I thought it was going to. We got tons of thread participation in the votes, which I was really happy with. I was able to show off almost every weapon. Those that I wasn't able to show off in the main video, I didn't. Before this video, I'm posting a video with just a couple of extra weapons that I wasn't able to show off just because they were bad or didn't get voted for.
Needle of Agony.
Needle of Agony.
Fuck that weapon.
I don't know if you have any final comments.
Nothing really, I get, other than just, again, thank you everybody that watched, because that's really why we wanted to do this. Newbie, I'd had the game for a couple of years thanks to a friend of mine who I won't name here, suggesting it when I was getting my PS3, and I know when Newbie was looking for PS3 games, he asked me, because we play games together a lot, and my first response was Demon's Souls, because holy shit, it's incredible. It's better than Dark Souls in my opinion, and going based off of that, that's what ended up leading to this LP, because of the fact that he played it for the first time and he just instantly fell in love with it. But
that's it.
That's it, and I guess the real Demon's Souls starts here.
Indeed.